I'm watching this clip of a Black mother, and I will show you this, in active labor at Dallas Regional Medical Hospital in Mesquite, Texas, and my stomach is in knots. She is screaming, she can't sit, she's doubled over in pain. Anyone with eyes can see she is in active labor, and instead of being taken straight to labor and delivery, she is stuck in that waiting room for over 30 minutes while someone registers her like she's checking in for a dental appointment. So here's the clip.
Fuck! When's your due date?
Right now.
Is your due date 11?
What?
How many times have you been pregnant?
3.
This is your third pregnancy? You
Yes.
have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the Black ones?
Beverly, this is the first patient for you. Alright, last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due
I
date is
just
the
said it
10th.
was the 10th.
I think her due date is the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
2, unfortunately, 2 minutes.
I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors.
Thank you.
Everybody say how they treat people here.
And the healthcare professional sitting right there doesn't acknowledge her pain at all. No urgency, no assistance, no call to labor and delivery, nothing. 12 minutes later, she delivered her baby. 12 minutes. So that tells you everything and exactly how close she was when she was left out there in agony. People love to pretend medical racism is some historical artifact, but this is exactly what it looks like today. This is how Black mothers die. Our pain is dismissed, our symptoms are minimized, care is delayed until it's almost too late, and then everyone acts shocked at the maternal mortality statistics. There is absolutely no universe where this is acceptable patient care. Active labor at that stage is an emergency. She should have been immediately transferred to labor and delivery, full stop. And if this is how she was treated before delivery, imagine how she may have been treated postpartum. And that is truly what scares me. I hope that this young lady and her baby are safe, but this cannot keep happening. Black mothers deserve better, and the system knows it. It is long past time to root this out entirely.
The video I just watched is absolutely horrifying. There is footage circulating on social media right now of a young Black pregnant mother in active labor arriving to an emergency department, and instead of receiving urgent, compassionate care, the triage nurse appears to be more focused on completing paperwork than focusing on the human life right in front of her. It appears she doesn't visibly check her, no fetal monitoring, no stabilization, instead forms in a mother that is in active labor. This is a medical emergency, and in that moment, she appears to be completely ignored. No empathy, no humanity, just cold, and that is completely unacceptable. My heart goes out to that mother. I hope with all my being that she and her baby are okay, because we as healthcare workers, we should be the ones that embody light, hope, compassion, humanity. But in this case, all of that was missing. And here's the hard truth. This is not an isolated incident. Black women in the United States are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. 3 times. If you saw that video, and if what you witnessed is an obvious display of discrimination, and you felt your blood boil, you are not alone, because I am fired up too. Because this is entirely preventable. And as caregivers and as healers, we must demand better from ourselves and from our system. And to that young mother, I truly hope you're okay. I hope someone stepped in. I hope you were heard, and I hope you were seen. To my fellow healthcare workers, we need to do better. We must show up. We must listen. We must take action because every mother deserves dignity. Every baby deserves life. And every patient deserves humanity.
My father lost his mother at 16 years old due to medical malpractice while she was pregnant with a set of twins. She walked into a hospital and never returned home to her children. When I saw the video of this white nurse ignoring the pain of this woman that is clearly in labor, in active labor, I was absolutely disgusted. Not only was that sister's information already in the system because she was due to be induced that day, but this nurse, who people have identified as LaCrista Vaughn, nonchalantly handled this woman during this emergency, to which she literally delivered her son 12 minutes after. And for those who say that this is not about race, it is always about race, especially when it comes to Black people and especially when it comes to Black women in the medical system. The maternal mortality for Black women is 10 times higher than any other demographic in the United States of America. There are still racial biases that assumes that Black people can handle a higher threshold of pain to where we are not tended to, nor giving the proper care or medication to mitigate that pain. This book by Harriet A. Washington called Medical Apartheid literally details the history of medical experimentation on Black Americans in the United States. And also talk about how a lot of gynecological practices and advancements were as a result of testing Black women's bodies without medication or anesthesia. For me, it is not enough that LaCrista Vaughn loses her job. But white folks, it is time for y'all to stand up and stand within the gaps because Black folks have been yelling into the void. It is evident that our screams, our cries, our hurt goes unheard. Y'all have the opportunity to actually advocate and stand up against things that are blatantly wrong and racist. Do something.
Did y'all see that video of that Black lady in Mesquite? She's literally in the hospital in labor and the nurses aren't taking her back, just making her fill out paperwork and this and that. Her mom's recording the video. She's saying she can feel the baby in her ass. She's clearly delivering a fucking baby. And they're just there pretending like it's not even happening. Literally, the mom said that nurses wouldn't even come out to the car to help her get her daughter inside, who was on all fours in the car in active labor. And finally, a cop, security guy or something, comes out to help get her in the hospital. And when they get her in, they hand her a stack of paperwork, a clipboard to fill out all of this shit before they'll even take her back. And like, even whenever the mom handed over the clipboard with all the stuff done, there was no kind of urgency. I was reading the comments on these videos and I did not realize that African American women are twice as likely to die during labor than a white woman. That's a problem. That's a real problem. I'm gonna tag the videos below and I'll put like a screenshot in the comments or something of what the cover of the videos look like, but you've got to watch both videos, like from the daughter sitting there screaming and then it's a reply video of the mom telling exactly what happens. Like, holy cow. I really hope that a really good lawyer takes on this case and gets them the absolute most money they can get. That is unbelievable.
Black women are significantly more likely to pass away from childbirth or childbirth-related complications in part due to nurses like this.
Fuck!
When's your due date?
Right now!
Is your due date 11?
What?
How many times have you been pregnant?
3!
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes!
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass!
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
The nurse didn't even look in her direction as this woman is screaming that she's in pain and literally saying that she feels it in her ass. As soon as a woman says she feels a baby in her ass, she about to push. The fact that she gave birth 12 minutes after the fact, mind you, due to the stress that mom and baby went through, the baby was born with their eyes open. The baby was born with the amniotic fluid being green and the baby was born with meconium in its eye. The baby pooped. Still in mom and mom didn't even get the chance to get an IV in before she gave birth. Anyone with a brain in healthcare knows that when a pregnant woman, especially one that is full term, comes to the ER, they're going straight to labor and delivery, no questions asked. So the fact that you kept this woman in the ER, first of all, back up, because let me tell you what they said the story was. The woman who posted that video is the mother of the woman that was in labor. The mother said that the woman called the hospital because she was supposed to get induced that day, but they didn't have no beds for her. So then she called them later on that day because they said they would call her when they had a bed, but she called them because her water broke. When she told them that her water broke, they told her to come to the hospital. So the hospital was expecting her to come. Now I don't know about the hospitals that y'all gave birth birth at, but the hospital that I gave birth in, if you were getting induced, that you were supposed to go to the ER and they were going to wheel you to labor and delivery. And that's exactly what they did. They went to the ER thinking that she was going to get wheeled to labor and delivery. And when they got there, the nurses told them to go park somewhere else. And the mother was like, huh? So then she goes and parks where they told her to park. And then she comes in and she's like, okay, like, can we get like a wheelchair? Can we get assistance or anything? And the nurses are like, the wheelchairs are over there. You can go get one. And she's like, you're not going to come with us? And the nurse told her, no. Like, no. And the mother's in disbelief because her daughter's literally screaming that she's in so much pain and that she feels it in her ass. Like, she was literally about to give birth. She was already crowning and didn't even know. The daughter's in so much pain that she can barely get words out. And she's asking them, like, she's pleading, can you please get me to OB? Can you have an OB come get me something? And the intake nurses are like, no, we have to do our paperwork first. We have to do our intake first. Like, as if they can't wait. Like, as if you can't do that at the bedside. This woman could have bled out. The baby could have had serious complications. Like, there was so much that could have gone wrong with this just because of this nurse's negligence. Nurse's name in the video is LaCrista Vaughn, and this isn't the first time that LaCrista's been caught committing medical racism in 4K.
Going back in the building, man. We got it.
I'm gonna wait right here with my boyfriend.
All right.
You can go ahead and turn your phone off too, please.
I can record. I'm in a public place.
Recording everything that you're doing. So.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
Yeah, look at the treatment.
In that video, the patient that they were mishandling was a patient that was having seizures, and that's how they were treating him. And the girlfriend of the patient felt uncomfortable with how her boyfriend was being treated, so she started recording. And here goes LaCrista telling her to turn her phone off. Why are you worried about it if you're not doing anything wrong? It's because you know you're doing this it's because you know you're doing this man wrong. Those are just things that we've seen on camera. Imagine what we haven't seen and how she deals with her patients on a day-to-day basis. Sadly, those aren't the only Black people complaining about Dallas Regional Medical Center as well.
Hey, bro, don't do that. Don't do that.
Medical racism is real and it kills Black people every single day, and these healthcare professionals that are committing medical racism need to be held accountable because they're not upholding their oath and they're treating people a certain type of way just off of hatred, and that's disgusting because you're in the wrong field for that. LaCrista needs to be investigated and that license of hers needs to be snatched, but not just LaCrista, but Dallas Regional Medical Center, period, because she wasn't the only nurse that neglected that lady that night. Everyone needs to be held accountable. As a Black woman who's also given birth, I have a horrible labor and delivery mother-baby experience as well. And now that I'm in nursing school and I'm learning about the things that I went through, the nurses neglected me bad, like extremely. Like, it's crazy how you don't realize what's happening to you until like you could learn about it after the fact. And it's like, yo, like these healthcare professionals really did me crazy. Like, they really do Black people in healthcare disgusting. I feel so bad for this woman because I know she's traumatized. Unfortunately, her baby came out with some complications. Thankfully, her and her baby are okay overall, but that baby shouldn't have had meconium in their eye. That baby shouldn't have been born with their eyes open. That baby should not have had green amniotic fluid. All that is because those nurses were negligent, and they all need to be held accountable, period.
Video going viral of a Black woman in active labor, and she's writhing and she's hollering and she's trying to, you know, even advocate for herself in the midst of active labor. And there's a nurse sitting at a desk, unmoved, unbothered, just absolutely ignoring this lady until she has questions for her about this paperwork that she's filling out on this computer. And even the person recording the video is asking, like, is this how you treat all your patients, or is this how you treat the Black ones? It's really disheartening and frightening and scary, and it speaks to why we have the Black maternal health crisis. That baby was said to have been given birth 12 minutes later. That's how she was in active labor. And it really brings it home for me personally, being a Black mother, yes. Being a Black member of the community, yes. But also as a person who was just in the hospital. As a person who, when I arrived to the hospital, was writhing in pain. And that my aunt and that my husband had to advocate for me to even get some treatment when we arrived to the ER, because folks were more concerned about filling out information for me, which is important, and I'm not saying it's not, but when you see someone who is actively writhing and is in intense pain, and there's something serious that is happening to them, that is going on, and your biggest concern is, you know, what suffix they use at the end of their name, or you know, that type of stuff, then we really need to reconsider how we view the medical industry. When we can't tap in on a human level and say, hey, you're in a lot of pain. At the very least, I gotta make you comfortable first. We can fill out all this other stuff later. At the very least, I know there's probably legal reasons. I get it. I understand. I can't wrap my mind around why this nurse is more concerned with asking this lady silly questions. And I can't wrap my mind around why it took so long to help me when I was writhing in pain too. And I can't wrap my mind around why folks can't just see us as human beings. Like, just are inept to see us as human beings. The people who are put there to help us. Like, if you're a doctor, a nurse, medical professional, your job, your oath is supposed to be to help people. Where's the help? And why don't you see us as people? That's all I'm going to say about this. Okay, thanks, bye.
Fuck! When's your due date?
Whatever you're doing right now, I need you to stop and watch this video.
Fuck! When's your due date? Right now!
So you don't have to be an OBGYN. You don't have to have any medical knowledge to know that this woman is in distress.
Is your due date 11?
For those primal screams, not to invoke an ounce of humanity. Think about that.
What? How many times have you been pregnant?
Seriously, who gives a fuck? A baby's coming.
Brief! This is your third pregnancy? Yes! You have 2 babies? It's in my ass!
Third baby, it's in my ass, means she's gonna have a baby on the floor unless she gets that woman to a room now.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor.
Let's talk about this Dallas video because it's not just bad behavior, it's dangerous, it's discriminatory, and it's why black women in this country keep dying. The young woman's in active labor, and clinically we all know that priorities shift. Intake stops, and your eyes should be on that mom and the baby. But instead, we're watching a nurse sit there asking frivolous questions while a black woman is clearly in distress, progressing, and not treated with the urgency and dignity that she deserves. It's not just rude, it's dangerous, it's egregious, and it's actually disgusting medical care. And I need y'all to understand something, that as a black OBGYN, this is not an isolated incident. This is a culture. And this is what happens when a healthcare system that is not designed for anyone outside the majority, this is how it affects and shapes the legacy and how black women are treated in real time. This is our maternal mortality numbers. This is how black women end up ignored, undiagnosed, untreated, and unprotected. It's a bias, it's systematic, and it's behavior like this that gets passed down, normalized, excused. This is a culture problem in Dallas, Texas probably as a whole. And a culture doesn't change with a press release. It changes with accountability, retraining, leadership, consequences, and a refusal to let people like this touch patients. So, in closing, black women deserve urgency, compassion, and clinical excellence. This ain't it. What we saw was unacceptable, and it's time that the healthcare system finally stops pretending that this doesn't happen. You need to do better.
Seeing that video of that beautiful mother in active labor being ignored, it irritated me down to my core. It reminded me of why I was a birth doula to begin with. If you're new here, let me catch you up. I have 7 beautiful children, 6 pregnancies, a set of twins. Out of 6 pregnancies, 5 of them were horrible. Do you understand? I had to fight with doctors and nurses. I practically almost delivered one of my kids because they didn't believe me when I told her she was coming out. My other daughter almost had a stroke because I had preeclampsia and my doctor did not believe me towards the end of my pregnancy as my blood pressure kept rising up. This is why a lot of women end up going into the hospitals and a lot of them don't leave. Or their babies don't make it. I fought like hell with my twins. Nobody was listening to me. I had intrahepatic cholestasis and I had to be emergently induced because of it. Because why? They didn't listen to me. Baby, if you can afford to get you a birth doula, and not just any old birth doula, because all birth doulas are not equal. They're not. A lot of them are being trained for money. Trust me. There are some of them who care. When I was a birth doula, I took clients on for free sometimes because the difference with me compared to other birth doulas that I was around at that time, they called me because they wanted to live. They wanted to walk out that hospital alive with their baby. For other people, it was a luxury. That angered me. And the fact that people say stuff like this doesn't exist. And please do not hop in my comment section saying that this doesn't only happen to Black women, because no, it doesn't only happen to Black women, but it happens more to us and minorities than it does our white counterparts. It's an issue that needs to be addressed, that needs to be talked about. I got time today.
I literally have to do this video. If you notice, I was almost sleeping, but I had to come do this video. Black woman, if you can, or save up and have your kids in the house. This act by this nurse is really unacceptable. And I don't know the reason why. Oh my God, who was even recording? Because if I were the one, I would have lost my patience. If I were the one, I kid you not, I would have beaten up the woman, the white nurse, sitting up. Like, if I were the mother of the woman in labor, and you treat my child that way, I'm not going to have the nerve to record it. That's why I'm asking, who recorded it? You didn't do well as well. What if anything had happened? I would have beaten her, I would have given her the beating of my life, and then maybe they will send me back to my country. Right? I can't take this. I can't stand this. I can't. I know what it takes to have a child. I have children. I have 3. I'll fight you. To be honest, I'll fight you. And I've seen where this thing causes a lot of complication for the unborn child. In so many cases, you see cerebral palsy from nowhere, or because the child was actually delayed. I was thinking this thing happened in just Africa. I never knew that this could even happen in America, Texas for that matter. I thought this happened in Africa here, because our nurses here can be very wicked. Now, this is not even about race. Our nurses here can be extremely wicked and careless. Please, Black woman, I'm doing this video for your sake. You could see my bonnet. I was already going to bed. Please, please, get your own independent nurse and have your babies in the house. Save up for it. It's worth it, please. That thing I just watched, I'm even having headache. I'm going to go and take medicine right now. It's crazy. It's irritating. It's bad. Come on.